Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome into the 143. We're coming at you live with episode 228. Nick, how we doing tonight?
Doing good. Nice to get some NFL content back in the regular rotation as we are going to be discussing just some thoughts on primetime slate games and just international games in general. What exactly that they're doing wrong? We always have some complaints.
We understand it's a business, but at the end of the day, the people that make you the money are the fans. And if you forget what the values of the fans are, then you're going to get away from what makes you money in the sport. We're going to start us off. Stat of the week brought to you by our sponsor, Andrews Logistics. The Rams, Los Angeles Rams, lead the league with 7 primetime games this season. For once, thankfully, the Cowboys are not the team leading the league in primetime games, as we do not deserve to be on primetime as often. The Rams, I think, are a great team for that. They're great offense, great defense. They always have fun games to watch. And the LA Rams, rightfully so, will be leading the league in primetime games. Also, they're LA. So
I don't hate that. They're good. I think they will definitely be the team to beat this upcoming season. While they lost in the NFC Championship game, they've built a good roster. They've got a good system going. So I think that's well deserved. I think they'll put on a show for some primetime games, and I agree. It's nice to see not the Cowboys on it a billion times during the regular season. But anyways, moving on. Player of the week, we're changing up the dynamic a little bit just because there was some breaking news that happened on last Thursday. It was pretty sudden, where all of a sudden on Thursday morning of last week, so May 21st, just out of nowhere, NASCAR Cup Series driver Kyle Busch passed away. It was pretty crazy because on Wednesday, he wasn't feeling 100%, so they pulled him out of the race on Sunday, and then it was a sinus infection, they thought at the beginning, and then he started, supposedly he was coughing up some blood, and then he was having trouble breathing, so they rushed him to the hospital, and then it was a severe case of pneumonia that progressed rapidly into sepsis, is what they called it. And so it was just kind of he was 41, so not like a super old guy, still racing at the time. So
yeah,
in the midst of his prime, but that's pretty sad, leaving behind a wife and few I don't know how many kids he has, but a couple people, 1, 2 Cup Series championships, and then 63 all-time wins, and then I did see that they're retiring the number 8 until his son is old enough to start racing so that he can use it. But
that's great by NASCAR.
Him, which is, pretty cool, but that was really sudden, just kind of out of nowhere where, it was like Wednesday,
tragic.
He was in the hospital, and then Thursday, that was it. Just pretty sad. Just got to take a moment to, honor the man, as that's just an unfortunate life.
Thoughts and prayers out to his family. Great racer. That's awful. It's super tragic for everyone and for the family especially. So keep them in our thoughts, and RIP to the legend Kyle Busch. Moving on to the NFL primetime slate, we're not really going to talk about the individual games per se this time around. There are a bunch of doozies. I feel like the NFL did a pretty good job with the primetime games themselves, obviously before injuries so far this year. But I just think there's some things that need to be addressed, especially the international football games that will be happening. There's a record-breaking 9 football games going on internationally this year. The Cowboys will be forced to play in Rio against the Baltimore Ravens as one of them. The players aren't for it. They don't love it. I mean, the travel's not good for them. I think the biggest one is the first Thursday night game of the season. The Rams and 49ers will be playing in Melbourne, Australia, which is ridiculous. It's on the other side of the world, and it's a long travel for those guys. And the players aren't in favor of it. And I think I understand you want to grow the game globally to make more money. I think that's ridiculous. I think it's an American sport, and I think we need to keep it in America.
Yeah, and obviously, like you said, the players so obviously voiced that they don't like, playing in those games because the travel always ruins, practice time, the way players are feeling. Guys aren't 100%. Kind of takes a toll on their bodies just because they go through so much already during the regular season, and then you're throwing in all those weird time changes and stuff and being crammed in on a plane. But another thing, too, is the product on the field is not good at all. Like, those games are not very hype, not super duper competitive. They're not really games you look forward to watching. It's just purely a money thing for the NFL trying to, get other countries into it, which I guess that's understandable, but the games are just garbage.
And
we're sending them garbage teams too is the other thing. So it's like, you're gonna grow the game by making them. Force them to watch their games before they were good, like 4 times.
We were sending them bad teams, and then this year we're sending them good teams finally. And that's what bothers me is it's like, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not gonna even get the game of whatever Panthers Saints when they're both 0-6 in the middle of the season. So yeah, send that one overseas. But like, any kind of Cowboys game, any kind of Niners game, you're sending these teams over there like that. Have huge fan bases. They're sending the Steelers to play the Saints over there. Like, Steelers fans travel pretty well. They would travel to New Orleans. Like, they'd pack the stadium. And so I have a problem with just any games going international because, like Nick said, the football product is awful. But kind of the biggest thing for me is we better not start doing international division games because division games are what make football.
Well, I did see. I'm looking at it now. Week 6, Texans-Jags is London,
right?
And so that's dumb to me because that's a very meaningful game on both of those teams' schedules,
right?
And
we're giving it to people that think football is soccer. Like, that's where we're sending that game.
Seriously, and then obviously the players are going to be, off because it's never a good game, And I understand trying to grow the game, but it's not the way to do it.
And I mean, when CJ Stroud's the quarterback, it's never a good game, so it's really not going to be a good game now that he's not going to be feeling great. Because even when he's feeling good, it's not a good game. So, like, I mean, I just think, like, they're getting some good games overseas this year, and I hate it. And I hate that most of them are at 9:30 in the morning Eastern because they're across the world. And, if they're not, then they're going to have to play at like 3 a.m. or whatever it is, wherever they are. And, yeah, the international games are just a money grab for the NFL. It's ridiculous that we have to deal with it.
For us, those games are at 8:30, So
we're not watching it, obviously.
Well, you think about,
for the most part.
Say a Texans fan, it's 8:30 for them on that game, and it's like
and you have to watch
your fan base is over here, and you're ruining our watching experience.
Yeah, and the games are ending like 13-10 because neither team can execute.
Very low
because it's not like they get a week over there. Most of them travel later in the week, and then they're all jet lagged during the game. So let's get these international games out of here. It's an American sport. It doesn't, need to go anywhere else. People that want to come watch it should, come to America and watch a game. That's part of being here in America, the NFL, the National Football League, national being American. And let's get that over here. The other thing I want to discuss is they're just changing the schedule a lot. I'm obviously okay with Saturday games late in the year. I was okay with a couple Friday games like Christmas, Black Friday, like those are holidays. But the Wednesday night games, I feel like that's where we got to draw the line, because the first game of the season is on a Wednesday night, and then you got a Thanksgiving Eve game. And, every now and then it's going to be fine, but they're going to make it a regular thing. And like these players, they need they need a break. Number one, like I feel like the Wednesday night games aren't going to be great either, just because like it's the same thing. Like they're not getting as much rest from playing the week before. I'm sure they'll work it out to play like the Thursday before that or something, but I don't know. I just don't love that we're making it a Wednesday night thing. I think football, like Thursday through Monday, is kind of what you look forward to when it comes to football, college and pro. And I'm not sure I love moving some games to Wednesdays.
Yeah, that's just weird because Wednesday, that's kind of well, I mean, I know practice-wise for them, that's supposed to be a slow, easy day.
Mm-hmm.
And like, they've talked about how Thursday messes up like rest.
Yeah, they don't like the Thursday games.
For them. So if you're taking away one more day, that's making it Wednesday. That ruins it even more. And I mean, this is a physically taxing game, so you need to get the one full week or at maximize as many days as possible to get rest, because that's been a huge issue in the NFL over the last couple of years is injuries. I feel like we've seen so many injuries have been happening.
Yeah.
Your elite level players, and now we're with throwing in more international games, with doing the Wednesday night games and stuff like that. You're just jeopardizing even more, I think, the health and the condition of the players, because you're messing with rest time, and that's just, I mean, that's not good whenever you have a problem of injuries already. That just, to me, that looks like it's making it worse,
Yeah.
And they're not really acknowledging that there's a need that there's a need there to address an injury situation. They're just, trying to make all the money that they can, put more games on during the week, do the international thing. So that's what it looks like from the outside looking in.
Yeah, let's keep football, and let's stop trying to, mess with it. You got a good product. You're a booming business already. There's no need to ruin it. So, we'll see how it goes this year. But, yeah, I'm not loving all these changes, especially sending the teams out of the country, especially the Cowboys.
I mean, hey, we'll see. We'll see how this Wednesday night thing pans out. I mean, I'm sure people were going nuts over adding Monday night games.
That's true.
That was at the time,
That's
and now
true.
Staple to the NFL season. Obviously, we're pretty skeptical of it right now, but I mean, who knows? Who's to say? But anyways, here's like to end our shows in under review. I brought you a quote from the Ray Lewis, and he said, "Effort is between you and you."
Ain't that the truth? We thank y'all for tuning in this week. We'll see you next week with another episode of Under Review.